Alright. Oh, man, I have a massive headache. Let's power through this, alright? It's gonna be a short video. Let's get on it. Finished watching Horimiya just a couple of minutes ago. No, not a couple of minutes ago. A couple of hours ago, actually. And I just had some time to process it. I remember reading the manga, like, about 2 years ago, I guess. I think it's been about 2 years since I've read the manga. At least the beginning of it. And I always do love Horimiya. But it just dawned on me while I was watching the anime that I don't remember the last time I reread all of Horimiya. I think that's kind of the issue right here. Because I do see a lot of comments saying, hey, they're skipping through a lot of the comedic scenes and all that. And I think I remember which chapters they're skipping. But it's a part of me which says, well, did it happen then or later on? And I'm not exactly sure. Put that aside, when we're talking about just the anime, purely on the anime, I'm not exactly happy with the pace the anime is going at times. Sometimes it just feels like it's all over the place, that it's just going boom, 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 just chugging along and just kind of breezing through these little story arcs, and it feels like every single episode might have like 5, 6, 7 story arcs within an episode, and I kind of feel like, is this kind of like a slice of life where we're just seeing all these other perspectives, all these other little issues or little inconveniences that the characters have to go through, and we just have to kind of tag along? Don't get me wrong, I love it. I really do love it. I love Hori, I love Miyamura, I love all these other characters. Unfortunately, right now the side characters haven't gotten much to shine, but I do believe this episode 4, has done them a bit more justice. But I think more than anything, aside from just the side characters, I think this episode truly kind of felt what Horimiya could be. The first 3 episodes, I still think they were great. I still think they were a lot of fun. I still feel like they brought something to my life, some type of enjoyment to my life. But I think the 4th episode really brought home that this could be a special little show. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to say it's going to be a classic forever. I'm not going to say that it's going to become a cult classic, and even, or whatever case you want to put it. I think this could be a really damn good anime, and I do hope that one day when people look back on it, they can see it as a classic. But you never know. You can't really predict those things at times. But that's about it for the criticisms, to be honest. That was mainly my one only issue of this show, was that sometimes the pacing just felt really rushed, and we never really got to sit with the characters for any specific moment longer than some romantic feelings between Hori and Miyamura. I'm really happy also that their progression seems to be a progression, and I just kind of like, oh, there's some progression here, nah, there ain't. There's some progression here, nah, there ain't. Now I know what you're gonna say, the 4th episode does kind of feel like that, right? They made a progression, but nah, they ain't. Who knows? Hopefully we actually get to see more progression, because it went from last week where we heard him say I like you subvertly, and I know, guys, I know, I read the manga, I know what it was supposed to be said, but the subtitles kind of screwed up there. But he did mean to say I like you, he just did it in a very subtle kind of like, I like you, your hands, that is, I like your hands. You know what I mean? To what we are now, where it does seem like there's much more progression. Both Miyamura and Hori are kind of acknowledging they have feelings for each other. And I really do like the depth that we're seeing of Miyamura, because I've always loved that about Miyamura. He isn't just a shy, I just fucked up really hard right here. Fucking head. I'm gonna be blaming my head whenever I fuck up like this. I think that's what's gonna be standing out to me the most. The depth that we've seen of Miyamura, and the depth we've seen of Hori's character. And I just kind of see how they are a bit more mature than the caricatures that we've been seeing them do so far. Is kind of, it's cool. I want them to keep exploring that. I want them to keep showing us there's more to them than we kind of generalize them. Fucking hell, why did I mess up that word? And so far, that's it. Those are my thoughts. Again, my head is kind of, it's all over the place. I feel like I'm about to just, I don't know, just bitch and moan the entire night, I guess. But I don't want you guys to hear that. I'll be bitching and moaning to pillow, which isn't there right now. I'm kind of washing it. But you tell me, guys, what did you think about Horimiya episode 4 and whether or not you're actually going to continue watching this show? I will. I love the freaking manga, and so far the anime hasn't really disappointed. Again, there are some criticisms, but it's only really on one part. Everything else is fine. And that's it. Thank you for coming to the Lobby for Hobbies, and I'll see you next time you check in at the lobby. Peace. Fuck my